Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of a Cold Start Guide on the Class 700 electric multiple unit. So a bit of information, manufactured by Siemens Mobility, built in Krefeld, Germany in between 2014 and 2018. 60 of them was built, that's with dual voltage capabilities of the 25 kilovolt overhead electrification and 750 volts third rail. Coaches are in two types. There are that's the RLU, which is restricted length unit, and the FLU, the full length unit. It can carry 1,146 passengers. That's 52 seats in first class, 373 seats in standard, and 719 standing. It's 531 feet long, 20. Um, 278 tons, and its top speed is 100 miles per hour. The first class areas are located at the front and rear of the train. However, on mainline services, the likes of Bedford to Brighton, the front is deemed as first class, where the rear is declassified. However, on metro routes such as Luton to Rainham, first class is declassified at both ends. So, we have in this formation the DMCO, the Driver Motor Composite Open, the PTOSL, the Pantograph Trailer Standard Open Lavatory or Toilet, MSO, that's the Motor Standard Open. Then we have the TSOW, that's Trailer Standard Open Wheelchair, denoted by this symbol here. And next we have the Trailer Standard Open Accessible Toilet. That's the one with the accessible toilet for people with restricted mobilities, people with like wheelchairs and stuff. Then we have another MSO, so that's a Motor Standard Open, and then followed by another PTSOL, which is Pantograph Trailer Standard Open Toilet. And then we have the DMCO yet again, which is Driver Motor Composite Open. So, let's get into it, turn everything on, and see how we can start this thing. I'll be going over the cab layout as well, and what you can function and what you can use. So without any further ado, let's get in. As we are turned off, we have to right, so first things first, let's switch the battery on. Hold it in for 5 seconds. There we are, we've batteried on. That's initializing there. So we can tell when the battery's on. There we are. Well, we've got GSMR. It's done its little initialization test. So we want to come up over here. So we want that's on, DRA on, DSD on, vigilance on, emergency brake loop isolation, we want that on, just bit PBC isolation, we want it on, we don't need that. Turn that on just for why not, turn that to normal, turn that on, and that's on. So, first things first, let's get in the seat. So starting off over here, we have our depot warning horn button. Here we have the door lock indicator, so that tells you that the doors are locked. Then we have the doors release on the left button. Then we have the close doors button. Then we have the signal bell, that's for the that's pretty defunct on these things, as there's no guards. But yeah, then we have the master key. Then we have the reverser. Then we have the power brake controller. This is the TMS, also known as train management system. Then we have the driver machine interface, the DMI screens. Then we have the changeover switch, so that controls which side of the screen you want certain things on. Here we have a brake gauge. That's the only proper gauge we have in this thing. Then we have the emergency brake plunger, only needed in emergencies. Then we have the driver's reminders appliance. That's what you use when you're at a red light, and if you try to put power on, you can't take power. It's just an extra safety device to stop passing signals at danger. Then we have the PCB backup. So this is the power supply and mode changeover switches. I will give you a little show of how to use them in a bit. Then we have desk light buttons. Down here. No, I think they're up here. Well, not on in a minute. But yeah, they're up there. Then we have the exterior light switch, so we can go ahead and set them to day. Then here's the windscreen wipers. This is the AWS TPWS reset plunger. There's a sanding switch. And in fact, if we do go outside, you can just kind of hear it. Then we have the two-tone warning horn. There's the release, the closed doors and doors locked button on the right hand side. This is the GSMR, which we can indeed turn on and off. This is the cab lighting switch, the cab holdover switch, the contact signaler functionality phone, blind, and DSD is somewhere under here. Let's see if I can, it's there. Then at the back we have AWS isolation, the TPWS temporary isolation, the emergency brake loop isolation, the PBC isolation, the driver's vigilance device isolation, the driver's reminders appliance isolation, the driver's safety device isolation. Then we have down here the main cab lighting button, the release, so that's the right door key switch. Then it's door release right, the door's locked, closed doors, signal bell, and they're the cab door buttons. Got the name. Then we have the battery switches on and off. This is a lamp test. It's saloon lighting. That's non-functional. Cab main lighting. It's just off at the minute. Door switch and release left. Signal bell, closed doors, doors locked, closed cab door, and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's go through the TMS. Let the AWS self-test.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Then we have the This is TMS page 1. Then we have the screen brightness control down here, which does work. And can do cool stuff like that. Then we have the cab air conditioning controls, which is here. Then we have the then if we come out of this, we have the train configuration controls. So you can configure your train here by uncoupling and etc, etc. Then we have the TMS page 2. We have snow brake mode, which works. We have brake test and disable and enable regen brake controls. In the middle we have the speedometer, the AWS sunflower, the safety device information. Then we have the day-night control mode. We have brightness controls. I've just now set it in DC mode, so we'll be using the 750 volts DC third rail. Then over here we have the GSMR. We've got brightness, decreased brightness and increased brightness. We have increase and decrease volume. We have the power on / deregister button. Then we have the contact signaler as well. Then we have a cancel and confirm buttons. So yeah, that's how you basically shut it down. So let's get DRA off.
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
Check the switches. So we're ready to depart. We're going to show you how to couple to the other unit and change ends. Now I will stop the train. Now I'm going to change ends. So, bring the power brake to 0. Put it in full braking. Going to set the driver's reminder appliance. Move the reverser to neutral. Set the exterior lights to the tail lights position. If registered, deregister the GSMR. So we are now deregistering. There we are deregistered. Remove the master key. Stand up from the driver's seat. I'm going to walk through the train so you can see what the interior looks like. There we are. We're going to so what I'm going to do is I'm going to couple this, pull it forward, run around, and then we're going to go towards the big loop where I'll talk you through passenger operations as well as how to reset from emergency braking, as well as how to reset from safety device issues. So let's get in, go forward, and let's go. Make sure we are set to go into the siding which the other unit is in, which we are. Slow it down. So let's pull forward quite slowly. There we are now coupled. We can check the train configuration screen. We are now coupled. So what we want to do is shut down this end. So we want to make sure we are in full service. Put it to neutral. Let's master key off. And there we are. We should have enough room to run around. Famous last words. Yeah, should do. Hopefully, because it is quite long. That's what she said. Actually, no. We could reverse out to the main loop. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a good idea. Right, so if we sit down, hang on.
GPWS and AWS operational.
Love that. Let's
Driver,
reset
you
that.
have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
Register ourselves. No, I don't want to deregister. Whatever. And now we can pull forward. We are quite long, that's what she said. Let's crack the windows open. Hopefully we should have enough room to run around. Should do. we will. There we are. Oh yes, we'll have enough room. Yeah. Should do. Right, let's take that out so we can put it in the other to uncouple. So I'm going to now want to show you the uncouple functionality. I think anyone with a wheelchair are lucky on this thing. They don't have to experience the crap seats. So if we just come on, put this key in, don't even need it going like that. Train configuration, uncouple. I forgot to confirm the. Now I can uncouple. I've now uncoupled. I should have uncoupled. I've now uncoupled. I'm going to confirm that config, and we can now return to. We can put this back into off. Return to the front. Put the key back in. Shove it forward. Yep.
DPWS and AWS
Take power.
operational.
There we are. We took power. We can now reverse. We want to go up here. Set it to backwards. I'm just going to reverse it. Right, now we've run around, we can couple, make sure the switches are set, which they are, lovely. Just sit on here. It's even got a serial number on, that's cool. Watch this. Watching. Nice. So, set that to 100. Come to train configuration. We're going to press confirm configuration, and then we can close that. Then we want to reset the DRA, set them to off, reverse it to neutral, master key out. Make sure that's off, make sure that's off, and off, and off, and off. We can now shut this. We're going to do the power change. Right, now we're in the other end. We can now confirm the config. We can close that. So, power change. How do you do that? Well, your old pal Bradley is here to tell you how. So, it's quite simple. It is quite simple. What we want to do is make sure we are stopped and reverser is in neutral. Move the power supply switch to off. When it illuminates, power has been switched off, so we just wait for it to illuminate. So now power is off. If previously in AC or auto, move the power select to DC. If previously in DC or auto, move the power switch to AC. So we want to go to AC, so we're going to move to AC. The power mode will start flashing. When it stops, the mode has been changed, like that. Move the power supply switch to on. When the light is extinguished, the changeover is complete. So now we're on. So there we are, we're now off. We have changed power. On the contrary of what you might expect, the pantograph light on the roof remains illuminated regardless of which mode the Class 700 is in. So don't be surprised when you see a light while on DC duty. Equally, unlike other trains such as the Class 395 or Class 387, the third rail shoes removed in a fixed position. They do not raise and lower. When changing power modes, lastly, the 700 is on a technical level set up as two permanently fixed EMUs, so equally unlike other trains, the pantograph on each end will be used. So yeah, that's cool. So that is how we do that. So let's move to the main loop and cover passenger operation and emergency braking. So let's go. So make sure the path is set. So we can now go. So now we're just making our way towards the main loop.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Making our way to the main loop. So we're just waiting for the end of the train to come on to the main loop. Then we'll close the switch. Then we'll get up to speed. Shouldn't take too long on overhead power. There we are. Let's go. So, we've covered pretty much everything. I'm going to cover emergency braking next. So let's go up to top speed to show you that it can get up to top speed. And yeah. So we'll do a outer reset from a vigilance brake demand. So just wait for the DVD to go off again. There we are, top speed, 100 miles per hour. I'll set the headlights. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is, if you miss the DVD alarm, the brakes will automatically apply after a few seconds. Cancel the alarm by resetting the vigilance. Return the power brake handle to off, and we can pull it towards ourselves to get power again. That's how you reset from a return to full power. Oh, there we are. Had a emergency braking. Oh, desk lights there. So it says let the train come to a complete stop. Return the power handle to brake. If reset the plunger. And then we should be able to take power and move away. Yes, we can. So let's go over door operation. Right, let's go round again. Nice. So if we go around again, we should be fine. Nice. So, let's start slowing then. Right, we should come into the station. So, yeah, to release doors, just press the release doors and close them. There we are, got the doors locked like. We are now safe to go. So, that concludes this cold start guide for the Class 700. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to see more, let me know. But it's goodbye from me. So yeah, see you in the next one.